In this video, I want to answer the question, what is Kanban? Over the years, Toyota has been a powerhouse for developing ideas that we now find throughout the world in organizations of every kind. These ideas include Lean and Kaizen and the 7 Wastes, 5S, Poka-yoke, Jidoka, Six Sigma, and indirectly Scrum. And I give you one more, Kanban. Yes, Kanban started out as part of Toyota's just-in-time production system, a system that is now known as Lean. And the word Kanban refers to cards that graphically represent the flow of components and finished products through the production system. And as project managers, we've now taken that visual metaphor and used it to represent the flow of activities through the project process. Kanban has risen in popularity massively over recent years with the growth of Agile Project Management. Kanban on its own is a powerful project management process, and combined with other Agile methodologies like Scrum, can be even more useful in a wider range of circumstances. Kanban was obviously designed in a manufacturing environment, so perhaps the obvious question is, what's it got to do with project management and how do we make it apply? So let's take an example. Well, if you think about manufacturing, raw materials go into a pipeline. A series of processes take place and a finished product comes out the end. Now let's look at a project. Some requirements go into a pipeline. A series of processes take place and a finished deliverable comes out of the end. What Kanban does is make the position of each requirement in the pipeline very clear. And if some are getting stuck and there's a bottleneck, the project manager can easily spot it, and then they can deploy resources to address the issue. So Kanban is a visual system for tracking the progress of work through the project lifecycle. It starts with a list of stages which you show as columns on a board. These columns are sometimes called swim lanes, and each unit of work is then represented as a card. The team moves these cards from one lane to the next as their work progresses. Team members draw work items into the first active zone as capacity allows. Kanban is ideal for distributed responsibility and light touch leadership, and therefore is perfect for Agile project management. So here's my definition of Kanban in the context of project management. Kanban is a visual method for managing the creation of products through a fixed set of steps. It puts an emphasis on continuous flow from initiation to delivery. Let's see how Kanban works. First, you need to set up your Kanban board. Start by describing the stages that are relevant to your process. Typically, these might include a waiting or backlog stage at the start. There may be some progress stages, such as analysis, development, and testing. Then there'll be a completed stage, and maybe also an abandoned stage. Next, you need to determine your work in progress limit. Work in progress, or WIP, is the number of tasks in any one swim lane. If there are more tasks than the team has the capacity to manage, then the pipeline will become blocked. Work will get stuck in this stage, and new work entering it will back up. The stage beyond the bottleneck will empty, and team members will be underutilized. So, set a limit for the amount of WIP you will allow in each stage. Third, create a card for each task. You'll need a card for every task that needs to flow through the process. You can add information to the cards as they move, like who is handling it and the time estimates. Colour coding and symbols are also popular. Finally, allow your team to work on their tasks. Let your team members bring a card onto the board and work the tasks. When they complete a stage, they can move the card to the next lane. It's also worth having some rules about how resources are applied to cards. For example, if I complete a stage for one task, can I move the card to the next swim lane without explicitly handing over responsibility? Or do I need first to find someone who will take responsibility and it becomes their job to move the card? If it isn't my responsibility to find someone, whose is it? Or are we going to allow the card to wait until someone picks it up and moves it forward, taking responsibility themselves? But then, what if no one wants that responsibility? Each team needs to find a set of rules that suits it. So Kanban, it's a simple graphical way of monitoring project progress, allowing the whole team to participate, not just in engaging in the project, but in controlling the progress and sharing responsibility. It's part of the Agile Project Management toolset, but any project manager can incorporate it into any project where you think it can contribute to effective and efficient running of your project.